life, I've been a performer, a musician, beloved and celebrated by all. But I have a secret. I'm also a playground for sprites and spirits and worse. The voice that rings inside me now is darker than any that came before. Almost caused a bunch of my fans to rip each other to pieces. But you can trust me. I've got this under control. Step 1. Find out who or what is trying to take control of my mind. Step 2. Make it sorry it ever tried.
What a pile of junk.
Lucian's blessings to you, stranger. I'm Sister Avony, the head priestess of the cathedral.
I pledge my soul. Oh, Lucian, please return.
My child, it shall be my pleasure to assuage your worries, if I can. These are perilous times. Of course you feel fear. Even in the cathedral, which was designed by the best engineers under the supervision of Lord Ahu himself, in order to bring the faithful closer to their divine. The east and west chapels contain the most breathtaking art by the finest artists. Lucian and the 7 before him are represented most faithfully. Perhaps a meditation in their presence would soothe you. Or perhaps in the cool interior you may join the endless prayer. Give your power to the divine, that you too may be empowered. I promise you will feel fulfilled. Of course, there is the terrible justice of the path of blood. Gruesome, perhaps. Demanding, definitely. But those who take the path demonstrate the truest of true faith. Their purity will surely be rewarded, as will yours. This building, this edifice of grace and beauty, was the result of Ahu's vision, the hard work of many women and men, as was the path of blood. It is by far Sander's greatest achievement. He was one of the engineers, you know. Brilliant fellow. I suspect the strain left him broken. He makes toys now. A waste of his genius, but a great gift to the children of Arx.
No. It's in the beginning, Lucian was the word.
Such tragedy. Such pain. So many avoidable deaths at a time when we should fight united against the Voidwoken. But the Magisters brought their destruction on themselves. They departed from the rightful path of the divine. Lord Kem showed them the path to the light, but alas, they cast their lot with the God King. Of this I have no doubt. Not until Lucian rises again in answer. The prayer will remain ceaseless until the day of his resurrection. The divine will light our way again. My child, there is no shame in fearing the path of blood. Only those who believe themselves free from sin should attempt it. And of those few, there are fewer still who are truly pure. If you are truly free of sin, take the path. If you survive, you will have achieved something great. If not, well, you have given your life to a noble cause. And few will find such purpose in death. Most matters, not all. Lord Ahu is the keeper of the cathedral. Only he can approach the remains of Lucian the Divine. I tend to the more typical matters of the cathedral, guiding those who visit us in their worship, and organizing the feeding and housing of our brothers and sisters, Lord Ahu included. Oh, the Lord Protector must not be disturbed on a day this holy. But if you come by the cathedral later, you may attain his sacred benediction. Of course, the Lady Alice has been to the cathedral before, but I confess it's been a while since I've seen her.
So, Lucian, please return.
You have the trust of Lord Arthur.
I've spotted something.
I pledge my soul. I pledge my life. Please return. Oh, Lucian, please return.
I've heard they're not
I
showing
pledge
you
my
the
life,
ghost
O Lucian. Please return.
I pledge my...
Pilgrim.
May Lucian return.
The prayer seems to echo in the hollow space inside you.
May Lucian return.
May he return indeed. Maybe then we can stop praying and get back to our lives.
I pledge my life.
Greetings. Have you come to join us in the endless prayer? Or do you wish to walk the path of blood? Lucian's day wouldn't be the same without the faithful gathering to petition for his return. The more voices that join our cry, the better. Ah, the path of blood is a more advanced form of pilgrimage. I would not advise it unless you believe yourself to be free from sin. And trust me, none are free from sin. The path of blood ends in death for those who attempt it. Consider yourself warned. The signs suggest that if we pray hard enough, Lucian will return to save us. Every year, we gather to offer our prayers in his name. We stand united, hoping that he will favor us once more. It was Lord Ahu's creation. He is the crypt's keeper, of course, and oversaw the construction himself. He couldn't have done it without the help of Sanders, though. Quite a talent for engineering, that one. Spends most of his time tinkering with toys nowadays. Such a pity. But that's the price you pay for genius, I suppose. Oh dear, but I'm afraid he has retired to his cathedral chambers. He is preparing the Lucian's Day benediction and must not be disturbed.
I'm on protection duty. I can't talk to you. Of course. Who else? The keeper of the cathedral isn't just another priest. He must be kept safe. Dallas? Here? I've no idea what you're talking about. Those searching the Magister barracks might know something, but I certainly haven't seen the hammer here. Nice sharp, Paladin. The Grand Master's chamber must be protected.
This place has been ransacked.
But of course, it would be you. We're not blind, you know. We watched as you crept around our city. And now I discover you here. Yet the Grand Master is nowhere in sight.
Kem narrows his eyes and tilts his head. You are being considered.
Paladins! Take them away. We'll get to the truth.
Kem rolls his eyes and groans.
Enough of this. Every minute of my time you waste is a minute lost in the search for the Grand Master.
He dismisses you with a flick of a wrist.
You may go.
Lord Kem turns his back to you. The matter is closed.
Oh? I am not a library book to be perused at your leisure. You already know what is most important. Grand Master Ahu is missing and must be returned to the Paladins. Now stop wasting my time with stupid questions and begin your search. Pressure? It was nothing of the sort. Simply a suggestion. Ahu came to my home to discuss the matter, as he often did. In his wisdom, he convinced me I was wrong. This letter led to a discussion in my parlor over brandy. Nothing more. I'm not here to bandy words with you, girl. Be quick. I've other matters at hand.
Kem nods.
Rallic, first of the seven? Not anymore. Tier Sendilius, the elven cannibal. That should have been a hint. Zolstissa, the lizard god. The artist has certainly captured her arrogance. Zantetza, goddess of imps, mirth and laughter. Something tells me she's not laughing now. Vroge of the Orcs, the bloodthirsty degenerate. I wonder what happened to his orcish godwoken. Duna, god of the dwarves. Did they really need such a big painting? Amadia, mother of wizards. She's cute for a sore sucker.
You have the trust of Lord Arthur. Show me that you deserve it.
Candles bathe the bare feet of the winged stone figure in warm light as she reaches to the sea. The glow envelop.
I pledge my heart to Lohse.
I pledge my heart.
I pledge my heart, O Lucian. Please.
Oh, lucky find.
Candles bathe the bare feet of the glow envelop. Candles bathe the the glow in...
Well, looks like we're celebrating Lucian's Day with a shipwreck. Rest in pieces, my lady.
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion?
If we have different paths to take, you and...
I've plenty of fighters for her. So, what'll it be? I've got a few good prospects for you in that case. Tell me some more about what you're after, and I'll see that you have just the right type at your side. Francesca's a first-rate conjurer. You'll count yourself lucky to have her at your side. Happy with your choice? Excellent. Pleasure doing business with you.
Pledge my love.
Me first.
Only I am pure.
Lucian's statue creaks and groans. When it speaks, its voice is stony. It grinds and crackles with magic.
Thou shalt answer 4 questions. Art thou ready? Dost thou steal? Thou speaketh the truth. Dost thou kill? Thou speaketh the truth. Dost thou serve the void? Thou art true. Dost thou respect the soul? Thou art true. Thou art pure. Thou hast passed the path of blood. Hail to thy grace upon thy return, my lady.
A hatch creaks open. There's a curious-looking panel discreetly nestled upon the wall. Upon it is a lone button. There's a slot in the center of the button. It looks like something should be placed in it.
Too heavy.
No sign of Lucian's body. Has Dallas beaten us here?
The Blessed Altar seems to want to be touched. In the space beyond the altar, the pipework shifts. A blessed stone altar. The cool stone seems to beg to be touched. The altar seems to respond. Beyond it, something creaks, as if the pipework was moving. The sound comes from beyond the altar, but also echoes and gurgles behind.
Venture no farther. Only death lies beyond. Blood need not be spilled. Bones need not be broken. Preserve thyself and flee. To cross this threshold is to plunge into thy grave. Do not decide in haste. Very well. Embrace thy fate.
Room, eh? Charming.
Look out! I see a trap nearby. Look out! I see a trap nearby. It worked. I heard gears moving. Something happened, I think. That lever did something. I could feel it. Look out! I see a trap nearby. It feels like that lever did something. Look out! I see a trap nearby. What's happened? That must have been my last lever. Careful now, that's a trap. We must be getting close to Solution's crypt.
You reach for your weapon, but as the small Voidwoken skitters forward, you get the sense that it's not here to fight. It looks at Fane, clicking and chittering in excitement, and introduces itself. Fane starts in shock. He knows it. The Voidwoken was a colleague from Fane's days at the Academy, his assistant. It claims it knows how to save the Eternals. It promises Fane that if he can snatch the powers of the Seven, then he can restore his people. Not under the rule of the God King or the Void, they would finally be free. Fane turns away, pensive and quiet. Even as a skull, you can see the pain etched into his face.
Do you know, this Ark's place doesn't look half bad. It's only about 1/3 bad, really. Maybe 2/5, depending on the weather. Important does not do it justice. She tells me there is a way to save my people. The power of divinity could bring them back. Not as monsters, but restored to their former glory. I could have my old life again. On the surface, yes. But what does that mean for, well, you? The Eternals cannot be eternal without the source your god stole from them. No, if they return, they will reclaim their source. The source that was used to create you. If the Eternals come home to this world, we will live in it as your masters. You will be our slaves at best, our food at worst. I'm not sure. I need to think about this. It's just... they're my people. Although... well, so are you. I'm sorry. I can't talk about this right now.
So, here we are again. Damn it, Justinia. What the hell happened to you? The Black Ring's pulling our strings. I should have figured. I've got to say, I'd rather she was just straight up cruel than simply too weak to resist an evil as flippin' obvious as the Black Ring. How could you be so stupid, Justinia? How could I? Gods damn it all. That Isabel. She will pay. I didn't need to show any more to you than you've shown to me. Besides, the Order needs someone to lead them for the long haul. I don't need divinity to do what's right for my people. In case you hadn't noticed, a divine is a lot of things, but they're sure no free. And honestly, what kind of man would I be if I abandoned divinity once I got what I wanted? Let me tell you a story about Justinia. I think we were, say, age 10 at the time. My pop was off who knows where, spreading his seed in that oh-so-charming manner of his. So let's just say the court had its hands full. There was a big reception one night. The ridiculous kind, where all the ladies wear dresses and all the men wear finery. Yeah, everyone looks starched. Everyone acts starched. So I decided to surprise all the noble farts at dinner. Snuck into the kitchen. They had a giant boar on a platter with an apple in its mouth. Longer than Laura herself, and not much fatter either. The cook put the lid on and set it down for the steward to take. And then I made my move. I dragged off that pig when no one was looking, and stuffed it in a floor cupboard. Then I crawled onto the platter and pulled the lid up over me. Wasn't too long before the steward showed up and wheeled me into the banquet, none the wiser. If you like that part, you'll love what happened next. Some stuffy duke yanks off the lid, and good old Beastie jumps out. Caused quite the stir. Queen wanted me gone, but little cousin Justinia, she had my back. Told Queen Laura it was all her idea, and she got a whooping on her backside and sent to bed without supper. So the point is, well, I ain't sure. I guess that she has a good heart, but somewhere along the way it got soiled.
Do you know, this Ark's place doesn't look half bad. Indeed, so I gathered from your earlier prattling. I also... oh, she was a god, at least by your standards. When I wore flesh, I knew her as the Lady Armadia. She was one of the 7 lords that served our king. Oh no, they're quite gone. The 7 seem to be all that remains. And they... well, I'm not sure what they are. Not quite gods, but not quite Eternals. No, they are something else entirely. Naturally, they acted as any lords would. They bowed to their king and sneered at their lessers. And there was an awful lot of sneering, even back then. One can only imagine how much there is now. Oh, what do you want from me? I'm not here to gossip and titter about my lords. If you wish to know what they were like, You need only to look at yourselves. Each of the races were crafted not just in the image of their gods, but in their temperament too. Vrogir was large and strong as his orcs. Zantezza quick and witty as an imp. And Ralek prone to bouts of fighting and boasting, much like every human I've ever encountered. You were crafted as an act of ego, but one can hardly hold that against the creatures. In truth, the lords never troubled themselves with too much imagination. Yes, well, if you are quite finished wasting my time, I believe we have some business to get on with. I always thought my path was laid out. Become divine. Preserve what's left of your people. It was such an easy narrative. But what if you could do more? What if you could save them all? And worse, what if you had all that power, but they were not worth saving? I don't know. Tell me, what would you do?
Thane nods slowly, lost in thought.
You're not entirely wrong. Then again... Thank you. I will have to think on this. It has been unlike anything I ever imagined. To explore this world with you, to see this world through your eyes, even metaphorically. Well, it has been a privilege.
The truth hangs heavy upon the air itself, unspoken. This is the point of no return. Somewhere beyond this point, you shall be undone, or you shall ascend. There is no middle ground.